Okay guys, so it's 2020 and I want to give you the only strategy I'm going to be using this entire year. I'm literally not joking. In past videos, when 2020 starts, I'm like, I'm gonna do these 50 different things and I have all these crazy goals, and you probably do. You have this long list of everything you're gonna achieve, and you should really just not do any of that, because if you just focus on this one strategy right here, regardless of niche, your business is going to constantly keep growing and going in the right direction. If you apply advertising to this, it just explodes. But if you're not using this strategy, if you're not aware of this, your business only goes in one way. So it goes in a contracting way that is very hard to keep going. So it will grow at first, but it's always going to be trying to force itself in the opposite direction of growth. And if you do this, your business, whether it grows slowly at first or rapidly at first, is always going to be going towards the end of growth. It's always going to be leaning more to growing itself. Everything you do expands on itself. If you don't do this, everything you do will contract on itself. And I'm telling you right now, if you don't understand this, if you don't take 5 minutes to watch this video, you're going to be fighting an uphill battle forever that is eventually either going to get you or just make it so growing your business is an awful experience in the first place. I can tell you because almost for a decade, I didn't get this and I was fighting against it the whole entire time. It was silly. It was silly. Make getting sales and growing a business so much harder than it needed to be. So listen. I call this strategy the little doctor strategy. And if you ever read the book Ender's Game, they were these kids and they'd have these spaceships and they had this secret weapon that would shoot a particle beam at a bunch of other alien ships. And the aliens in this book, they were like insects. They were ants. And so like an ant colony, they bunch up in really tight groups. And the way this weapon would work is it would hit one person or one alien ship and then move to the next one and the next one. So the tighter they were bunched together, the faster it expanded, and it would just expand and expand and expand and expand. And so the way I like to describe this in your business is your business is like this. It's always going to be expanding or it's always going to be contracting. And you have control of the traffic. You're going to have control of the traffic. But if you're sending it into something that is contracting, it's going to look like this. So your business is going this way. It's always going to be going and cycling down further and further and further until it gets to zero. It's always going to be going in this direction right here. And when you do that, you're constantly having to push traffic to keep it at this point right here where it's making money. Does that make sense? Hopefully it makes sense. Now, the other thing you need to understand is that your business can either go in this way or it can go the other way. It can go this way, where it's rapidly going and expanding constantly. So even when you send in a trickle of traffic, it's going to keep expanding itself. So 1 turns into 2, 2 turns into 4, and it exponentially starts growing. Most businesses that you see online, most beginner businesses especially, most businesses making less than, let's say, a couple $100,000 a month, most businesses making less than $1 million a month, they're in this category right here. And I want to show you how I manage this in my business, what's working really well for me right now. This has allowed me to make so much more money for my ads. This has allowed me to drastically increase the price of my products. And the weirdest thing that's happened is it's actually generated more word of mouth business for us than ads do. Ads are not where most of our profit comes from. People just going and sharing it with their friends and telling their friends, hey, this is what you need to get on. This is where you want to go. Heck, if you just go and look at this screenshot right here, this is a perfect example. I was in a Facebook group the other day and someone was just asking about one of our competitors' products, and completely unsolicited, people started saying, don't get their products, go with Alex's product. This is far better than that product. And every single day, my sales reps will get Facebook messages and people saying, hey, can I hop on this product? And the cool thing about that is when I run ads now, what happens is every customer that comes on brings on more customers for us. And I want to explain how this works. So if you don't know, my niche is pretty irrelevant to you, but I run a software company that helps people track their ads. I'm not selling it or anything in this video. I'm just telling you what I do so you understand how the business works. And how I've been growing this company, and even cooler, how I've been generating 5 to 10x cash ROIs on my ads, which was unachievable before. I've never had a business where we get this type of return on our ads, is like this. So the first thing that I'll focus on when I'm running this business is I'll get customers from, mostly you guys know that I run a lot of YouTube and Google ads. Now don't get me wrong, I do run some Facebook ads, but I've grown multiple 7-figure businesses and one 8-figure business completely from YouTube and Google ads. And if you guys want to see how I do that, like in every video, there's a quick link below this video that will take you to a training, but it's only for actual business owners. Your business should be making money. It should be actually working, for lack of better words. But we'll show you the exact ads, the exact funnels, the exact ad targeting, everything I did to grow those businesses. However, getting back on track, long story short, there's no shortage of ways to get customers and get your initial customers. What most businesses do is they get customers from these traffic sources and they scale it to the moon, but every customer has a negative impact on the business. So every customer turns from a 1 to a 0.8 to a 0.5, and the business is always contracting. And so the only way to overcome this is just keep flooding the business with more customers. At some point, isn't it crazy to you? If you really think about it, let's imagine you get 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 customers in your business. Why should you have to keep advertising? Shouldn't those customers just like your business enough to keep paying for it or keep buying new stuff from it? Why should you have to keep advertising to keep the business sustained? If you have to constantly keep advertising to sustain your business, it's a really big problem. If you have to constantly keep generating more and more traffic, it's a really big problem. But here's exactly how you fix this. So my strategy is completely this at Hyros. So the first thing we do is we focus on getting customers. And the craziest thing about this is our little doctor effect, the expanding effect, really started when I just started posting on my Facebook wall. But more importantly, you need to go and watch the videos that have been discussing what to be selling in 2020. They're on the channel. There's a link right above, and there'll also be a link at the end of this video. You don't need to go to that right now, but I'll kind of discuss how to structure your products and the niches you should be getting into. But after that's in effect, what I focus on is we get customers. And then the number one thing we do, and that we did at Hyros, is we identified our Uber customer. So what is this? When you have a customer, you're going to see a certain demographic of people in your customer base that absolutely love your product. They can't live without it. The easiest way to go and detect this is this one to test that this email SaaS company made. I believe it's Superhuman. I believe it's the name of it. I didn't, whatever. What they did is they sent out a test to their customers and they took a poll that would say, if you could no longer access our product, how disappointed would you be? And what they were looking for on this test is a bunch of other things, but the main thing that I think you should look for in tests like this is the people that say very disappointed. Because if you can isolate your customers that are very disappointed if they can't access your product, whether you're doing supplements, info marketing, whether you're doing drop shipping products or e-commerce of any kind, it really doesn't matter. If you can identify the part of your customer base that absolutely loves your product, which is signaled by them being very disappointed when they can no longer access your product, those are the people that are going to share your product. Those are the people that are going to pay for your product for years. Those are the people that if you market to, you're going to get insane returns on your ad spend from. This is a little hack that nobody really talks about. And so what you do is you identify your Uber customer. Now, it depends on your marketplace, and I don't want you to really base what I do at Hyros niche and SaaS-wise. I want you to look at the thought process. But our specific customers, for example, are people that run sales calls, or people that have webinar funnels, or people that run ClickFunnels style funnels, because those are very, very hard to track with ads. They're almost impossible to track with ads, and that leads to a lot of lost ad spend. That also leads to a lot of lost profit. We can fix this and get a result in this every single time. That's why we have a laundry list of people that are saying, this is amazing, this is incredible. Those are the clients that we like to focus on. And so what we do with our product is we focus on developing and creating features and adding improvements around this Uber customer. We don't really focus on anybody else. This is how you go with your product. And after getting your initial customers, you not only understand who they are, but then you focus on delighting them and building the business around them. You just sit around all day and think about how you can make this very specific type of customer happy, because when you delight these customers, what's going to happen is they continue to buy from you. If you have a subscription service like I do, they're just going to stay on for years. You don't even need to get any new customers. If you sell additional products, they're going to keep buying all those additional products, where to the point that you don't even need to run any more ads. You already have a customer base. For example, Tony Robbins, he doesn't have to advertise to cold traffic or get new customers ever again. He already has a super loyal, huge, dedicated customer base. That's the key right there. That's where you want to take your business to. His business, if it was going in this little doctor cycle right here, is going this way. From those little customers that he got when he first got started, he's grown that and grown that and grown that because he focuses on the customers and delighting them. Now, that's an example of a very large scaled up business. But if you go into your business, let's say your customers aren't super delighted to the point that they're taking off their shirts and getting tattoos of your company. You want to keep focusing on that Uber customer and making improvements, features, and adjustments to make them happy, because eventually you have the best shot of getting them to that take their shirt off and get a tattoo of your business, get your logo on their chest type of obsession with your business. You have the best chance of getting those people there. And once you get them there, that's when everything goes downhill. Because the way you want to grow this business now is you first acquire the testimonial from the customer. You acquire a testimonial, get a video, get a written testimonial, make sure it's a legitimate testimonial as well. But get the customer a result. And after they're super full with their result, they're singing your praises, say, hey, would you feel comfortable giving a testimonial with that? And then there's a very simple thing you do to make this business grow. All you need to do is, first off, advertise those testimonials. That's absolutely key, basic. And that's going to allow you to go and reset this trend right here where you keep getting customers that become perma customers. And if you understand exactly who you're marketing to, and you can identify them and use that language in your ads, you advertise to those specific people, your ads become super targeted, the testimonials become super targeted, and your business starts going in this direction. It starts going in the expanding direction where it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger instead of contracting. But the most important thing right there is you also want to give people who come in, and this has been absolutely killer for us, the ability and easy ways to share their success, because people that are in this Uber customer niche usually all know each other. On top of that, you want to put them in groups. You want to put them in environments with cold customers, people that haven't discovered you yet, because what's going to happen is naturally the conversation is going to shift towards your product. This is exactly how Salesforce really started growing their product early on. They found people that absolutely loved them, that were their Uber customers, and then they threw events and put people in the room with their best customers. You do these three things together. Eventually what happens is when you're going and running your business, you have traffic coming in, and then when you have that traffic coming in, every customer that comes in goes from a 1 to a 2 to a 4, because they start sharing your business, they start talking to other people. This is all you need to focus on, whether you're starting a business small or large right now. If you just do this, the business is just going to keep growing and growing. The reason why I think a lot of people get plateaued is they think it comes down to some business strategy or some magic advertising method. I think it's this. Because most businesses, this is exactly what happens. Traffic comes in, customer, they don't find their Uber customer, they just advertise to everybody, so everybody gets kind of like meh results. They're like on a scale of 1 to 10, they're like a 7 or a 6. And that doesn't result in them becoming fanatics. And then they keep going and improving the product just around everybody, so the results continue to just be meh. And then what happens is they don't really have very specific results to advertise. People don't really share the product too much because their results are meh. Like, I'm not running around town telling people about how great my refrigerator is. It's a good refrigerator. It's all right. And then most importantly, when you put them in groups, it's not going to naturally turn towards your product because you haven't turned people into Uber customers. And so this is the difference, because when you're running traffic to this, your business is going and contracting. It's going back to the Big Bang. Okay, it's going in this direction. But when you're doing the prior method that I discussed above, the little doctor method, for lack of better words, your business is going to be expanding. It's always going to be going and getting bigger and bigger. So the point is, if we can just get 1,000 people in right here, heck, get 10,000 people in, which isn't too hard to do online. I've had webinars, I've had funnels where we've had hundreds of thousands of people per month enter the funnel. And if you're doing that, every single person that comes in becomes your supporter, becomes an Uber fan. But the cooler thing about this is we don't have to think in these huge numbers. When you understand exactly who your Uber customer is and you only work around them, what's going to happen is you can increase the price of your product significantly because you're the only person who can provide that result. And they'll pay it. They love it. People don't mind paying for things that get them the exact result they're looking for. And you really don't need that many Uber customers to make a lot of money. For example, if your service cost $1,000 a month, very easy to reach this price as well. Okay, my services are much more expensive than that. It's very easy to reach this price as well if you're delivering for your Uber customer. You only need 100 customers to make $1 million per year. And if this is reoccurring, that's passive. And if you keep delivering and keep working on the product, let's just say your hard costs cost $30K a month, okay, and developers or engineers or product creation or whatever, all you need to do is just keep delighting these people. And if you turn off ads at this point and you just give them simple ways to share and you put them in groups with other people, this 100K a month is going to turn to 110K, going to go to 130K, and it's like Warren Buffett's investing strategy. Eventually, these people keep compounding on top of each other, and it will just grow on its own. If you look at Slack, this is exactly how it turned into $1 billion company. So this is the only thing I'm focusing on in 2020, guys, and I wanted to show this strategy to you because I was thinking about it the other day, and don't get me wrong, I've always focused on having good products. I've always focused on having the best products. That being said, when you don't recognize your Uber customer, when you don't go and focus on that process of delighting the Uber customer, working around them, building features around them, getting the testimonial, and then advertising to other Uber customers like them, you're constantly having to fight the contraction whirlpool versus having that expanding business like we've been talking about. So if you're going to do anything in 2020, I'd focus not on some magic traffic strategy. I would understand the niches and processes you need to get into, which again will be at the end of this video if you want to check that out. And once you understand that, I would focus more on identifying your Uber customer and creating that little doctor effect in your business. That's it. And traffic really isn't that hard to handle. Again, if you want to see how to figure that out, there's literally a link right below this video that walks you through the ads, the targeting, the funnels I've used to grow multiple 7- and 8-figure businesses. Again, it's only for business owners with working businesses. If your business isn't making any money, if your business, or you're just starting out in entrepreneurship, just watch this channel. I'll tell you everything you need to know to get started for free. Heck, I'll even tell you everything you need to know to grow your business for free. And if you want to turbocharge it, then go check out one of the links below the videos. That being said, that's it. Let me know if you guys like these videos. Welcome to 2020, guys. I just want to make a quick video for you guys with the thing that I think is most important. And again, we're going to be getting back to our normal upload schedule. So again, be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and like this video, because that's how you're going to get updated. YouTube algorithm might miss you. And we do live streams on the weekend randomly, and you won't get that update unless you're completely subscribed to the channel. So do those things, and I'll see you next Tuesday for our next video. Till then, let me know your feedback below. I've responded to all comments in the first 24 hours, or try to. It depends on how many comments we get. All right, so I'll see you in the next video.